There's nothing quite like New Year's Eve in Ticktown. Nestled between the twinkling towers of City Square and the cobbled lanes of Old Main Street, the entire town seemed to buzz with excitement, as if every brick and lamppost was eager to be part of tonight's big countdown. But no one was more excited than Blinky, the town's famous talking clock. Gleaming proudly in the center of the square, Blinky's big round face wore a grin as wide as New Year's Day itself. His bronze bells were polished, his hands wound precisely, and his chimes sparkled with anticipation. For months, he'd practiced the countdown, the numbers, the timing, even his most enthusiastic Happy New Year voice. As evening lights shimmered and paper lanterns bobbed on frosty breezes, the townsfolk began to gather, bundled up and beaming. Some practiced their dance steps, others juggled sparklers, but nearly everyone glanced up at Blinky and the enormous golden timer, ready to usher in a brand new year. Among the crowd, pouncing, bouncing, and unmistakably orange, was Sparky, the firework fox. Sparky was famous for two things: inventing spectacular firework extravaganzas and always finding new ways to get his whiskers into a twist. With goggles perched on his nose and a rocket-studded backpack strapped tight, Sparky zipped between crates of rockets and coils of fuses, all color-coded and organized. Well, mostly. Nearby, a fluttering tornado of feathers raced above the crowd. The Confetti Crew, 5 proud pigeons with neon-plumed tails, had taken charge of decorations. Clutching streamers, banners, and of course, buckets of confetti, they looped and swooped, occasionally dropping a streamer on a nearby lamppost or accidentally decorating themselves instead of the town's square. As the final minutes before midnight ticked away, Blinky's hands trembled with joyful nerves. He glanced around, savoring the glowing lanterns, shimmering tinsel, and the growing anticipation. But just as the band struck up a jazzy waltz and the town's mayor adjusted her glittery top hat, trouble began to brew.
Blinky? Has anyone seen the firework remotes? And where did all this pasta come from?
Blinky's eyes widened as steam wafted from one of Sparky's rockets.
Sparky, those aren't rocket strings. That's someone's midnight supper. Untangle yourself. We need those rockets ready in 2 minutes.
Sparky spun in circles, tangling himself further. Fireworks clattered, pasta flopped. The crowd giggled nervously.
3, 2, oops. Oh, flapping feathers! This was not in the plan.
Okay, team, new strategy. Sparky, untangle your tail and prep the fireworks by hand. Confetti Crew, divide and conquer. Decorate flat surfaces only. We need a path clear for midnight.
Time started slipping away. The golden timer blinked. 0:01:30 to midnight. The mayor paced furiously.
Team, we can still pull this together. I believe in you, mostly.
Suddenly, a hush fell over the crowd. Near the big oak tree, an enigmatic figure in a sparkling silver cloak tiptoed onto the stage. Sooty boots, mysterious twinkling eyes, and a voice muffled behind a satin scarf. This was none other than the mystery guest.
Hello? Who are you? Look familiar?
I heard you needed a little help.
Blinky's bells jingled. With a snap, the mystery guest whipped the scarf away, revealing none other than DJ Stargazer, Ticktown's legendary party planner. With a flick, he unleashed a case jammed with dance tracks, disco balls, and a box labeled Emergency Party Supplies. The mystery guest winked.
On the count of 3, everyone. Let's turn this countdown around.
He winked at Blinky. With midnight just moments away, chaos morphed into teamwork. Sparky, freed thanks to a helpful nudge from DJ Stargazer, tossed rockets one by one to the mayor, who handed them off to the brass band. now also confetti-flecked, forming the fastest firework assembly line in history. Pigeonetti led the Confetti Crew down low, where their confetti and streamers turned mishaps into dazzling decorations, hats for the band, scarves for the dancers, and a last-second transformation of the tangled rocket pile into a dazzling launch pad. The crowd forgot the chaos, cheering, laughing, joining in the wild dance. The fireworks zipped into place at last. The mystery guest gave a grand bow, spinning the disco ball into a swirl of stars over the crowd.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Pigeonetti signaled the crew. They flapped.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Sparky's paw jabbed the launch button. Rockets soared, dazzling the sky with spirals of light and showers of sparks. The brass band played, confetti whirled, and Blinky's chimes rang louder than they ever had. Roared the crowd, hugging and leaping with relief. Happy New Year! The Confetti Crew dove for a landing, triumphant. Sparky balanced proudly atop his now empty rocket pack. The mayor, breathless and grinning, shook Blinky's hand. Blinky's bells glowed with pride.
We did it, everyone. Maybe not exactly as planned, but that's what makes it a New Year's to remember.
As laughter echoed and fireworks fizzled, the people of Ticktown cheered, not just for the new year, but for surviving the wildest, most chaotic countdown in town history. And as the night sparkled on and DJ Stargazer spun his tunes, Blinky promised himself, next year, practice untangling spaghetti, just in case.